Hello, welcome back. I want to talk about these this trans agenda, right? When you think about it, right, these trans people, especially the men area, right, who identify themselves as trans, they're basically the weakest of the weak men out there, right? They're basically beta. The beta male simps. They're the weak of the weak. They're not alpha. To deny yourself as a man, to change yourself and say you're something else besides a man, that is the textbook definition of a weak man. What kind of strong man say he's a different gender, right? You gotta be crazy to say stuff like that. To deny that what you are is saying that you're a weak person. These are basically beta male simps. They're beta. They're weak males, right? What do weak males do? They want to identify themselves as something else that they are not. Scientifically proven. Factual. I'm speaking fact. Suddenly facts is offensive. Truth is offensive to these people, right? To deny logic is crazy. They are the textbook definition of crazy by saying you're something else which you are really not. To go against factual evidence, right? What does it mean when you go against factual evidence? You're crazy, right? And I come to terms that these transformers, right, that want to identify themselves as something else, they are beta male simps, weak male. This is what I keep talking about. We need to stop being weak males, right? Guys need to stop being weak. Guys need to stop being emotionally weak. Guys need to stop all these crazy stuff, try to get their life back on track, eliminate all this junk food, eliminate all this programming, eliminate all this video game, eliminate all these social medias, right? Stop being weak. When you're weak, right, I think this is done intentionally to weaken the male, to destroy the male, to emasculate the male, right? To distort the system. A society that has weak male is a destructive society. Is a society that cannot withstand anything. It's a weak society, right? They're prone to invasion. They're prone to dominance. This is how Rome got eliminated. This is how Rome falls because of their decadence, of their lethargy, of their lacking aspiration, their weakness. The men were weak. They don't want to join the Roman army, right? It been goes on and on and on for so long that their army was destroyed. Their armies was weakened, and that's how Rome fall, right? And it's reminiscent, yeah. And the United States reminiscent of Rome, right? We're doing this, right? The people at the top are doing this on purpose, I believe, right? To make the United States fall on purpose. Because if you cannot have a strong society if your army is weak. What's promote an army? What's determine a strong army? Strong masculine figures. And what's been going on in the news recently? Right? In the Navy, they promoted a transformer to entice people to go in the army. To entice people to join the Navy, to join the military, right? They hired a drag queen. That is to weaken society, right? What did this drag queen demonstrate in the Navy? It demonstrated that we are weak. We are a weak nation. All the other countries, Russia and China, are laughing at us right now, right? They're laughing at the West. They're laughing at our military because we're promoting all these emasculating things. We put women into prominent position in the army, right? And demote all the men to effeminize them, right? That's what they're doing right now. People aren't seeing this. These men in drag queens and dresses, which is an abomination, it's clearly in the Bible where men are not supposed to wear women garments, And what they do, they're wearing women garments. These are the weak of the weak male. I come to the term in conclusion. This is why I'm naming this title of this video: trans are the beta males. They're the beta males of society. They're the male that can't get anything. They're the incels, right? They're the alienated male that can't identify with something else. They identify with weakness, right? There's no benefit at all. When you cut your job, there's no benefit. You basically put yourself at a disadvantage. You disable yourself. What is one power that men have? Right? To plant seeds, to spread his seeds, to create. Right? So now when you cut your junk off, what do you have now? You have the incapability to spread your offspring, to create another generations. Right? They're the weak of the weak males. Right? These beta male simps are the drag queens. Right? They're the lower, they're the bottom of the totem pole. They're the scum of the scum. At least the beta male right now that doesn't identify themselves as trans, at least the beta male right now, they still have hope to climb out of that barrel. Right? That's why I keep encouraging men to be stronger. The guy who's playing video games, the guy is the heterosexual male out there that's beta and weak right now, that don't identify themselves by this, day, or them, or anything like that, there's still hope for them. They can still get out of that barrel. Right? But for these trans men right now, that self-identify themselves as something else, there's no hope for them. They're done. They're weak. They're a lost cause right now. There's no way to save them. They're irredeemable. Right? These guys who wanted to wear dresses, they're done. They're over with. They cannot be saved. But there are men who are weak, right? That don't identify themselves as this. There's still hope for them. Right? They can still get in shape. They can still get money. They can still be successful. Right? They can still change their perspective in life. Right? But for these male right now, these trans male right now, who think that they're women, they're done. They're over it. There's no going back for them. They're hopeless. Right? This is why these are the bottom of the barrel. These trans men, these are the weak of the weak male. These are the ultra beta male simps. Right? Ultra beta male simps. Weak of the weak. Ultra beta. There's no hope coming back. But at least the other beta male simps who don't identify themselves as this, who wouldn't go under the surgical table and do all these heinous things, there's still hope for them. Right? Once you cut your junk off, there's no going back. That's it. It's a permanent solution for a temporary problems. A wise man told me this. But this is what we're doing right now. This is reality. You do not want to be these kind of males. Right? You still have hope. Don't cut the junk off. These are the scum of the earth. They want to go state legislative office and protest allowing kids, right, to be on these drugs and stuff. Kids don't have rights. If kids have rights, they'll be able to drink. They're able to drive. Their brains not developed yet. They're cognitively undeveloped. Right? A person's mind don't fully develop until they surpass the age of 25. Right? So we're allowing kids to make all these tough decisions, allowing kids to make all these decisions that affect their lives later on. When they come to term in life, they can realize, oh, I did a terrible thing. I messed up. Right? This is why we don't let kids drive. This is why we don't let kids do drugs. This is why we don't let kids do all these adult stuff. And this is why we protect kids. Because kids are vulnerable creatures. They need protection. Right? This is why we don't make laws to destroy kids. And these kids are the future. For a man to do that, for a man to encourage this, you're the ultimate beta male simps. The ultimate incels. right? You're worse than guy living in under their parents' basement. You're the worst, basically. I see them as worse than guys, even though they have a job and all that stuff, right? Even though if they have a successful career, they're the worst of the incels. They're the worst of a guy who lived in their parents' basement. I sees that. That's what I'm seeing. They're worse. At least the guy who live in their parents' basement don't have to deal with permanent damages. They can still get out of their permanent basement and uplift themselves and save themselves, right? They can still better themselves in life if they live in their parents' basement. I don't look upon them as beneath than these transhumanism thingy, these transformers, right? These transformers are the bottom of the totem pole in my book. You might be thinking differently, but that's what they are. At least these other incels that live in the parent basement, they still have hope and get out of that area, right? My video is not for guys. It's not for guys who's making six figure. They don't watch my videos, right? My video is for the young kids that live in their basement. The young guys who live in their basement right now. Those men who needed help the most out of society, right? It's geared towards them. So, guys, you do not want to be this. You're the scum of the scum. You're the bottom, scraping the bottom of the barrel. What do you do with the bottom? You throw them out. They're scrap. They're not worth saving. That's what they are, right? These transformers are irredeemable. They're unsavable. They're lost cause. And they're wreaking havoc on society right now. They're wreaking havoc. They're destroying the military, right? They're destroying the military by doing all these crazy, stupid things. Put on makeup. Guys do not wear makeup. Strong male don't wear makeup. They don't care what they look like. Right? But these guys who's wearing in wig, fully wearing in costumes, right? They're done. They're over with, right? These guys in drags are worse than homosexual males, I think. They're the bottom of the barrel, right? And I just want to tell guys that. I mean, it's delusional. That's what it is. It's craziness. It's insanity. But let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree? Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll check you guys back. Peace.